We have Al Lewis, who is our Quizmeister in Chief and the CEO of Quizify. And he is a master when it comes to all things figuring out how to make it both educational and inspirational and fun. Those are the kind of things that I've noticed Al puts together. And with him, we also have Mark, and he is the vice president and the over the sales and account management. And these gentlemen I was introduced to through Gentry Harris, one of our partners and benefits producers. And he brought me into the conversation, and that I loved what they had to offer, and that's why we're bringing it to you guys. So with that, I will give you Quizify.
Thank you very much. And as everybody can see who is looking at the slide, this is our dog and pony show. So we will jump right into it. So I'm just going to quickly check a box. We are a legit organization. We've got lots of accounts, including some in Arizona. City or Banner Aetna, for example, is a partner of ours. And the other box we want to check, because a lot of times employees have issues with asking for personal information, and that's a real block to getting things done. We don't ask for any information other than contact information here. Now, the way we do Quizify is that people take, including, by the way, you folks, take 12 10-question monthly quizzes, you gain the health knowledge, and you make healthier decisions. And in many cases, including the Mahoney Group, you get a nice incentive for each quiz. It's like going on Jeopardy, but winning, albeit with fewer decimal points.
Well,
so the way Quizify works is we cover all the topics that you can imagine, everything from navigating the healthcare marketplace efficiently. Benefits education is huge. Your customers, clients have a lot of benefits that nobody knows how to use. And many of them, frankly, you've put in place, and people are asking you, how do I get more people to use this? Well, we can write questions about people's benefits. And of course, well-being and lifestyle. Nutrition is a perennial favorite. Sleep, all sorts of factoids you didn't know about sleep. And we present them typically, and once again, we're going to show you yours, on a page that would look like this. It's got the name of the Mahoney Group. It has the program message about what Quizify is and how pleased we are to be working.
We're not seeing the page right yet.
Oh, it says, oh, you know why? Oh, because I'm sharing, here, I'm going to share I'm going to share my desktop. Now, if I share my desktop, I can't see the chat box. So Mark, I'll just count on you to ping me if there's a Q&A.
Sure.
Yeah, you can only see the chat box when you do the, I don't know, in any case. So this is the Mahoney Group page. You can see there's a program message talking about Quizify. There is a contest message. Every time you complete a quiz, you get $25 added to your HSA. If you're not in the high deductible plan, you can get it in cash. You and the IRS have to work things out in the latter case, but it's still $25 for basically playing healthcare Jeopardy. Then we've got a whole bunch of little Corona tips that you can use to avoid, Arizona. There's a lot of COVID going around there, and these are some tips. And we, of course, have actually quite a number of COVID questions to ask as well, both on safety and the myth busting, all in quizzes that are all ready to go. We have EAP quiz, launch quiz, essentially any topic you can think of, and we'll be offering these at the rate of one a month, and you can pick up $25 for each one you play. And then we have specialty quizzes as well. You can also, if you're watching this on your iPad or iPhone right now, you should see something on the left about dropping these questions to ask the doctor right into your Apple Wallet right now. So you have them with you next time you go to the doctor, whether it's about COVID or any treatments that they're thinking of, anything. We've got all the questions you want. And when you get them into your Apple Wallet, you'll also see at the bottom, it says, P.S. P.S. If you are reluctant to ask these questions, blame us. Say, you know, Quizify wants me to do this. I don't really, I trust you, Doc. Quizify says I got to ask you the questions. So you folks are in the business of selling benefits, so you should be aware that we have customizable benefits questions about essentially every benefit imaginable that you offer. And these are some of the ones I'm imagining that, that you are offering. Well, you have an HSA, second opinion, telemedicine, nurse navigator, EAP, whatever it is, if you've put it in place and you want more engagement, we can ask questions about it. So the other thing we like to do is ask questions in this session. So there is a polling feature on Zoom. And I'm going to ask you a few questions and let's see how well you do. And no, you do not get $25 for this one. Okay, the first question is about dental health, which is one of our favorite categories. Roughly what percentage of cavities need to be drilled and filled? A, virtually all of them. The decay can only get worse. B, most, about 25% will go away on their own if you brush really well. C, about half, the rest decay so slowly that you'll likely outlive the problem. Or D, under a third, the others can be quickly and painlessly treated for $30 with a special solution your dentist hasn't mentioned. So, Mark, let's see what the polling says. Those are the 4 items, virtually all, most, about half, and roughly a third. So I'll do the Jeopardy music briefly. Has anything come in on the Q&A? Because sometimes things do right away. And well,
nothing yet.
Nothing yet. Okay, so oh, I think I actually, am I supposed to submit something here? Even though I'm the, I guess I do. All right, Mark, do we have an answer?
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, virtually all of them. The decay can only get worse, 63%. The 25 go in their own, and then second place at 28% is roughly a third. The answer is roughly a third. The others can be quickly and treated, quickly and treated, you saw it, right. How, what on earth are you talking about? Everybody except for that 28% is asking right now. Well, there is a solution that dentists can put on a cavity that stops the cavity in place without any drilling or filling. In Arizona, it is a covered benefit by most dental carriers. But you've probably noticed, unless you're in the 28%, that the dentists aren't telling you about it because it only costs $30. But there's all sorts of articles, and all you have to do is Google on silver diamond fluoride, and you'll find out for yourself. And this is exactly the kind of thing we teach in Quizify. And that is actually one of the things that you learn. There are basically 4 things you learn from Quizify: navigating the healthcare marketplace, i.e. that example, understanding the benefits, improving your lifestyle, and COVID. So this time there are 2 answers on this question. This is a little bit more Quizify centric. So we've told you a little bit about Quizify. So which 2 of these 4 are we most involved with or pushing the most? More preventive care, avoiding potentially harmful health care, healthy behavior change through education, or more workplace screening? Remember, you can answer up to 2. Okay, Mark, even if we're not all in, just to stay on schedule, I should probably put up. Okay, so the winner is healthy behavior change through education, and virtually everybody said that. I think I frankly might have been the troublemaker who did not put that one down when I submitted. As for more preventive care, it actually turns out that insured Americans get plenty of preventive care, and putting more is like adding more water to a bathtub that's already full. Avoiding potentially harmful healthcare. Yeah, I mean, why should you get cavity? In fact, that silver diamond fluoride can avoid root canals too. And why should you get something that's expensive, painful, and risky when you can get something that's not? And you take the example of scans. Americans get far more scans than they should. Oops, got to close this in order to move on. So basically it's your money or your client's money, and your employees are spending it however they want to spend it. We say wiser employees make healthier decisions, and healthier decisions save money. And just because it's healthcare doesn't mean it's good for you. Quizify teaches members to avoid way too much healthcare. And by the way, in Arizona in particular, there's vastly too many freestanding emergency rooms. And one of the things that we teach is how to distinguish a freestanding emergency room from urgent care and why you don't want to end up in a freestanding emergency room. Also, I don't know how many of you are up on this, but the EEOC rules just changed. And particularly your larger accounts probably have some kind of wellness program in place that involves workplace screening, that involves health risk assessments. And those are, as of last Thursday, they are out of compliance with the EEOC. The new rules. It's not where we have a whole webinar coming up on this next week. So take our word for it for now. But the thing you should know is if you put Quizify in next to the existing programs, you are back in compliance with the EEOC. There's probably not an EEOC rule in history that's been easier to comply with than using Quizify to solve this problem that they just created last week. We even indemnify you for it. And there's an indemnification here, and I won't go through it. So just to give you some examples in the area of avoiding bad healthcare and doing more good healthcare, these are all items which Americans get vastly too much of. We did the cavities one: scans, stents, spinal fusions, open surgeries, antibiotics, don't get me started on that, and ER and urgent care, which is an Arizona issue for sure. But then there are also things that underuse is likely. You know, a third of people don't want to get the COVID vaccine. The SDF example, silver diamond fluoride we just gave, shingles vaccine, flu vaccines, people think they have mercury in them. They actually do, but it's not the bad kind of mercury. Colon screening, it turns out you don't need to do I don't need a visual on that. You don't need to do the conventional method. There's a vastly easier, completely non-invasive method that costs much less money that, once again, your doctors aren't telling you about because they don't make any money on it. And then generally, we support the United States Preventive Services Task Force screening as well. So we basically cover all the ground. All right, so actually, so I'm just looking at the time, and I know we want to put in a couple of questions for a little time for extra questions. So let's just skip the other thing and move right into implementation. Implementation is shockingly easy, shockingly easy. If you told us that you needed to be implemented tomorrow, you could be implemented tomorrow. Now, it would not be our best implementation, I will tell you, but it can literally be that easy. And if you think about all the other things that your clients are implementing and how hard they are, this is an exception to that. Because there's no personal health information, we have email templates ready to use. We have the page ready to go. If you look over here, this is a break room poster. You can, to the extent people are actually in break rooms, you can put this up, and there's that little QR thing, and just hold up your camera, and boom, you're online with Quizify. We mentioned the Apple wallets before. They can drop these right into the Apple wallets. I forgot I actually had this slide. After the questions that you ask, if you don't want to, if you're a little reluctant to ask, it says right here, blame us. So it's right in your Apple wallet. And this is a picture of my Apple wallet. I've got a whole bunch of Quizify questions to ask in it. So, do people like Quizify? Yeah. This is the Massachusetts Municipal Association. It's most of the cities and towns in the state, and we get overwhelmingly favorable reviews. They've renewed 4 times. The proof is in, do they actually change their behaviors? And even though only about 70% of people even get healthcare in a year, 10% had said that they already were getting things, mostly preventive things they otherwise wouldn't have gotten. Well, 12% said that they would have passed. They passed on things they otherwise would have gotten. So we get more use, more appropriate use, and less inappropriate use. How engaging are we? Well, we are the only vendor that when we go to conference, we actually get paid to show our product to people. This is actual conference. We've got plenty of testimonies from various conferences. So that's how engaging we are. But you don't have to take our word for it, because we actually have an engagement guarantee. Quizify guarantees to be the most engaging program of any program that your customers, your clients offer. So it's a long story about how we put it together, and we only have a few more minutes. And by the way, Debbie, thank you for starting right on time, because we timed this out right to 20 minutes, including a couple of questions at the end. What we do is you ask a very simple survey tool, which is right here at the Validation Institute. It's a 3-question survey, and it says, how many times did you use something? How useful was it? And was it something that the company, you're glad the company offers? You multiply the use times the usefulness and you get the total workforce engagement. And then the size of the bubble is how glad you are that the company offers it. And what we guarantee is that we're going to be the farthest up and to the left. So we will be the most cost-effective thing that your employer clients offer, period. In fact, this example is from the town of Gilbert, Arizona. Pricing. Well, it's a fairly inexpensive product. There is a minimum order size of $400 a month if you do it monthly, or $325. But basically, if you just think about the number $1 a month, you won't be far off. It's $1.30 if you pay as you go for 1 year. It's $1 for 24 months if you pay annually in advance. That includes the quizzes. We're not going into the dashboard. That's of more interest to your clients than you. The engagement guarantee, all the reporting, all sorts of ability to pick the questions you want to ask. And then if you have large accounts, it's $1 a month, but it also includes all sorts of customization, a dedicated account manager. I mean, we still manage your account if you're smaller, but we're completely on top of it and helping you to customize over 1,000. A 100% savings guarantee if you prefer to do it in lieu of the engagement guarantee, and the EEOC indemnification. So let's end with some discussion questions. And feel free to jump right into the chat box, even though I can't. In fact, I'm going to unshare my screen so I can see the chat box. Do your employees understand, or do your clients' employees understand their health benefits? Is there any other area where you give employees an unlimited budget and no training in how to spend it? And how otherwise do your employees learn to avoid harmful and costly medical waste, to learn about their benefits, and to make wiser decisions? And then the EEOC question. So Mark, we've got like 2 minutes for questions. Is there anything on the chat box there?
No, but I did want to add that we also have an offering in Quizify. If, let's say, you have an employer that's just got 150, 200 employees, we can do that so that it works out to be economical in the sense, please reach out to Debbie and she'll contact myself, and we can show you a good price for a smaller account as well that's better than the minimums that we have. Now, Al, I see a question come in there.
I see a question too, yeah. A mobile app, yes, it's on the iPhone right now. It's the actual product is mobile friendly. You can use it on anything. The questions to drop that you're going to ask your doctor are only on the iPhone for another 5 or 10 days, and then they will also be on the Android. So the short answer is yes. And then I think we have a question about fluoride in here, but my chat box is underneath the, I got to move some stuff out of the way. Fluorides have an age, fluorides have an age limitation. The silver diamine fluoride is alleged by dentists to have an age limitation. It does not. First, the dentist said, oh, okay, well, we'll agree to use this stuff, but only on kids. Then there was so much pressure that they said, and there's actually an article from Delta Dental of Arizona about this. Okay, we'll use it on seniors as well. And then there was some pressure from Medicaid. So they said, okay, we'll use it on Medicaid. Well, guess what? The bacteria that cause cavities don't know how old you are. Silver diamine fluoride works on everybody. Anything else? I think we have, well, we're actually out of time. So unless somebody has any other questions, I guess, Debbie, do you want to close it? Oh, wait, we got one other question. What is, I got to once again move my most dental. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant that silver diamine fluoride has an age limitation. No, the insurance is going to be different by age. And like, I think Delta Dental does not cover the SDF for certain age. I think it covers it just for kids and seniors. But honestly, $30 is less than the copay for a cavity. So a great question. I thought you meant literally it didn't work on people of all ages. So that's probably a good place to stop, Debbie, because I think the flip side of starting on time is you probably want to end on time.
Yes, our people are very, very, very busy. So thank you so much, Al. I did not anticipate the additional information for the employees to apply this to their clients. This was mostly just so that they could find out about Quizify and how they're going to be using it. So if you guys have any questions about that, be sure to shoot me an email and we will get you the answers that you need. But yeah, thank you very much, Al and Mark.
I think you said that to Mark and Mark said that to me, but like a game of telephone, I think by the time it got to me, it was wrong. All right, thank you. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you.